Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Amber Loren, and this is another episode of the Mindset Mastery series. The Mindset Mastery series is centered around the improvement of your mindset, and this series is actually just one part of many other series that I'm rolling out over the next few months that have to deal with the improvement of your mind, body, and your life. This specific episode is centered around having a growth mindset. So without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. Now, a person who has a growth mindset knows that they can develop their abilities and their skills over time with hard work, learning, and practice. People who have a growth mindset also see challenges as an opportunity for growth instead of just setbacks in life. So if you want to go far in life, having a growth mindset is something that you absolutely need to acquire. And let me tell you why. If you're going to accomplish anything in life, you're going to want to embrace challenges that come to you. And to embrace those challenges, you're going to need motivation and you're going to need to be resilient. If you're embracing challenges, then you're embracing them as opportunities to learn and opportunities to grow. So without challenges, you're not going to face adversity and you're not going to be able to develop your skills and your mindset. When it comes to achieving any goal, we all know that you need motivation. And motivation is not just something that we have in ourselves naturally all the time. Sometimes we really need to have that mindset to seek out those difficult tasks and seek out those challenging things in order to grow and to improve. And in the process of all of this, we are going to face those very difficult roadblocks. We are going to face those times where we feel like we're not smart enough, or we feel like we're not strong enough, or we feel like this is not for us and we should just quit. And that's where you need to have resilience. And when you have this mindset that is solely focused around growth, then you're just naturally going to acquire all of these traits. You're not going to get anywhere if you feel like things are too hard for you. You're not going to get anywhere if you don't like facing challenges. You're not going to get anywhere if you don't like being uncomfortable. So what you need to do is you need to shift your mindset and get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You need to be comfortable with not being the smartest person in the room, and you need to get comfortable with knowing that you have a lot to learn and you're okay with seeking out that knowledge. There are 5 key mindset shifts that I'm going to give to you guys that I want you to actually take in and incorporate into your mindset. And the first one I've already touched on a little bit, but I'm going to go deeper into that. The first one is to embrace challenges. So anytime you're facing any friction in your life, don't see it as something that is against you or something that is a threat to you or your abilities. See that as an opportunity to grow. Realize that this uncomfortable feeling that you're experiencing is a gap in your knowledge and a gap in your ability. So see that as an opportunity to seek out more knowledge and improve yourself. Which means don't take a step back, don't quit, don't say, yeah, this is not for me, but actually make yourself uncomfortable and keep pushing through that and see how far you can go and challenge yourself. And this goes into the second point, which is to always be learning, continuously learn. No matter how old you are, as a human, you should be constantly learning in life. One of my favorite things that I like to say is, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. There are plenty of pieces of knowledge that exist that you don't even know about, and you won't know until you actually learn about it. The only way to learn about these things is to seek out the knowledge or to have that knowledge just come to you. But for knowledge to come to you, you have to be open to learning that knowledge. So always be open to learning and always be continuously learning. And this can be through books, this can be through YouTube videos, this can be through podcasts, this can be through listening to other people and what they know and their experiences. My favorite thing to do is to talk to my elders and ask them questions because, at my age, I don't know as much as people who are twice my age know. And it's always good to see what they've gone through and see what they have learned throughout their years on this earth. Because we can either learn through experience or we can learn through people telling us things, or we can have a combination of both. And personally, I like both because it speeds up your learning. It makes you more aware of the world and everything going on around you. And the more you're open to learning, the more you're open to doing, and the more you're open to achieving. Now, the third point is to shift your focus from the outcome to the actual effort put in. And this can be very, very difficult. I'm not gonna lie. When you're starting something new, what can motivate you the most is the potential outcome. So if you're just starting to work out, you might be motivated by the outcome of having a very nice physique. And we all know that if you go to the gym 1 time or 5 times, you're not gonna have that physique. You might not even see a big change in your physique over those 1, 5, or 10 different sessions in the gym. So you don't want to focus on the outcome, because the outcome will come, but you need to be focused on the effort put into that work before you can even expect to get that outcome. With something like working out, the outcome, it happens slowly over time. So you slowly see more and more of a change in your physique. But when it comes to other things that you're trying to achieve, maybe it's like your business exploding, that can be something that you don't even see changes in until the big change happens. So you might be working for weeks and weeks and not have any income coming in. And then it can happen where you put out that one amazing video or that one amazing piece of ad content or talk to that one person, and suddenly the income in your business explodes. So you don't want to be focused either way on the outcome. You want to be focused on the effort that you're putting in, so that you know when that outcome comes that you've put in the work, you've set the foundation properly, and you know that it's well deserved. Now, this fourth point ties very closely into the third point, and that point is to replace the idea of I failed with the idea of I have not succeeded yet. So like I said with the business example, even though you can appear to be failing for multiple weeks or multiple months, the truth is that you just haven't reached that goal yet. You haven't failed, you just haven't succeeded yet. You may see yourself putting in all this effort and all this time, and you may think, I'm failing, I'm a failure. But the truth is, some things are just cooking up, some things you just need to give some extra time to, and you need to continuously put in that effort before you see that success. So instead of saying I failed, just say I have not succeeded yet. That's the mindset that you should have. Now, this last point is probably the most important. And this last point is that you should not take failure as just failure. You should not be embarrassed by failure. Your pride should not be hurt by failure. You should use failure as feedback. So failure is feedback. Whenever you try to do something and you don't succeed, look at what you did wrong and take that as feedback. Go back to the drawing board or go back to practice and keep that in your head and try to analyze what went wrong. How can I improve next time? If you just went out and you had a conversation with a potential client and it bombed, figure out why you bombed. If you just went to the gym and you tried to set a personal record, but you couldn't set that record, come back home and figure out why. Figure out how you can get to that point the next time you go back in the gym. If you just had an exam and you got a C on it, instead of saying, yo, I'm a failure, figure out what did you get wrong on that exam. It's never something to be ashamed about when you do not succeed at something, because there's always room for growth and there's always room for improvement. And that should be your whole mindset with anything you do. So that was episode 2 of the Mindset Mastery series. There are 6 more episodes to go in the series, and I hope that you guys are enjoying this so far. Make sure you watch episode 1 of this series, which is centered around eliminating limiting beliefs. Go down in the description of this video and download this episode's free PDF. It's an overview and an action guide, and it'll give you guys the key points that I covered in this video, along with a few action steps that you can take right now. I thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video, which will come out within the next few days. Thank you so much. I love you guys. All right, bye.